This is Ron Edwards, Master Sommelier and Director of Wine Education for Winebow Fine Wine and Spirits. Today we're going to taste something pretty special. This is the Gran Enemigo, the Grand Enemy, which is the single vineyard bottling. There's a couple of them, and this is the Gualtallary. Gualtallary is 4,800 feet above sea level. So this is extreme elevation grape growing at its finest. The other interesting character of this area is the amount of calcareous stony material in the vineyards, which contributes to the style of wine being elegant and perhaps more delicate than you might have expected from Argentina. This wine is 85% Cabernet Franc, and the balance is made out of Malbec. The wine is the inspiration of Adriana Catena and Alejandro Vigil, who has worked for the Catena family for a very long time. And this is their project together to really explore how great Cabernet Franc can be, as well as Malbec and Bonarda from Argentine soils, with a kind of, in the case of Cabernet Franc, at least a nod to the greatness of Cheval Blanc out of Saint-Emilion. So, you know, I think the best thing is now to let the wine do the talking, so here we go. First of all, the color is intense, especially for Cabernet Franc. It's definitely showing a little bit of development, which is cool. I mean, it's a 2016 vintage at this point, so it should show a little less of the nouveau and a little bit more of the progress. Still very young smelling, but not brand new. All right, so we're dealing with a mélange of blackberried style fruit. Blackberries and blueberries and black currant juice, some black cherry. There's some plum going on in there, cedar, a sort of a cross between spearmint and bay leaf. There's a beautiful note of just this subtle thread of vanilla in the nose coming from the barrels. Bittersweet cocoa powder. It's a really seductive aroma profile, really inviting, so I think it's time to have a sip. I think the first thing that I have to say about this wine is how compact it is. The flavors are dense and really tight right now, where they're sort of like really like squeezing in on each other, so you have to work to pull them apart. But giving it a little time, it has this wonderfully refreshing fresh crushed blackberry, black raspberry, blueberry combination. Then a little bit of that black currant juice starts to float through, and now I'm coming into that that green side of I think it's more bay leaf in the flavor profile than spearmint. And then comes some oak nuance, the cocoa powder, the vanilla extract, and definitely has some baking spices associated with the oak. That it's those high tone spices, cinnamon, clove orientation, and then it comes back to the fruit again. Let's have another sip and see if anything else comes through. This wine's really impressive. Definitely causes you to think and ponder the wine, which is always really nice, especially when you're looking at a special bottling that's hard to get a hold of and a little rare in the marketplace. There's in the second sip, there's even more black currant juice, a little hint towards cassis in the flavor profile, and just a reiteration of the gorgeous texture of this wine, how it's so satiny and inviting. It really feels like European Bordelais type wine, but it has the fruit profile of Argentina. So it's this really wonderful crossover style that I think is going to appeal to anyone who really likes great red wine. But certainly if you like European Bordeaux style or Bulgari out of the Tuscany area, this wine is really going to appeal to you. If you're a big fan of California Napa Valley Cabernets or Merlots or those sort of things, the fruit profile is there for you. Just prepare yourself to say, I'm going to take a little step back in overall richness, and if there's any doubt whatsoever, this wine definitely belongs on a table with a great meal, because it needs some time and something to help it evolve. I would decant it and let it sit for a little while and keep it at a good service temperature of, like the high 60s Fahrenheit or 70 at most. The wine's beautiful, definitely deserving of your time and attention if you're a collector or if you just want to buy a special bottle. Go out and look for Gran Enemigo Gualtallary Cabernet Franc 2016.